Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Nick here with you. Welcome back to the Rock Squad channel, and welcome to my rock album review for the 9th studio album from Biffy Clyro. It's called The Myth of the Happily Ever After. The Myth of the Happily Ever After is the follow-up to 2020's A Celebration of Endings, which is a record that I really loved. In fact, I just did a rock albums rank for Biffy Clyro here on the channel. You can check it out. It's up there right now. I'm not going to spoil it for you on which record came in at number one, but yeah, I'm a gigantic Biffy Clyro fan. I was very much a fan of A Celebration of Endings, very much looking forward to The Myth of the Happily Ever After. The first two singles that we've heard from the record, A Hunger in Your Haunt and Unknown Male 1, are absolutely amazing. I consider Biffy Clyro to be the best rock band on the planet, bar none. So yeah, I was very excited for the release of The Myth of the Happily Ever After, and I'm happy to say it's another kick-ass Biffy record. All right, so how I do it on the rock album review is I kind of go through the tracks and let you know what I think. Usually I put them into a plus column and a minus column, but I'm just going to kind of simplify things and just kind of go through track by track and let you guys know what I thought of each of them. So kicking things off with a song called Dum Dum. This felt very much to me like Different People, the opening track from Opposites. It didn't kick off and kick in the way that I thought that it would. It kind of stayed a little bit more subtle than I thought it would. It didn't kick in like, say, something like North of No South from A Celebration of Endings, which I consider to be like one of the best opening tracks ever. It wasn't quite on that level for me, but I still thought it was really cool. It's an epic opener, and I think it's one of those songs that I'm gonna get into over time. It's a grower for me, so I very much like Dum Dum. That was a really cool song to kick things off. And then we go into A Hunger in Your Haunt, which was one of the singles that we heard before the record came out. This is just like an instant Biffy classic, an instant amazing Biffy rocker, great single, has everything in it that you love about Biffy. And I think it would appeal to, or does appeal to, new school Biffy fans and old school Biffy fans, because it still has that great anthemic quality that new school Biffy songs have. And then it has the same kind of math rock, hard rock feel of some of the older Biffy stuff. So I feel like A Hunger in Your Haunt is a great song. I love the lyrics. I know Simon Neil has talked about how it's about kind of living in the age of COVID and how messed up things have been for everybody over the last couple of years. So it's very much a cool song lyrically as well. So A Hunger in Your Haunt is a solid tune as well. And then we're moving to another new track that was brand new to me upon listening to The Myth of the Happily Ever After. That's Denier, which was really cool. Biffy have always had the ability to write great pop melodies, and this is one of those songs that mixes rock and pop in just such a perfect way. It reminded me of Tiny Indoor Fireworks from A Celebration of Endings. Had this great verse melody that then kicks into this spacious chorus, which was really awesome. Kick-ass outro on this song. And just overall, when I heard it, it made me feel really happy when I listened to it the first time. And that's really how Biffy makes me feel when I'm listening to them. I feel like $1,000,000 when I listen to Biffy. They make me very happy. They make me feel confident. And I think that the best music is something that does that to you. It gives you a buzz. It makes you feel like 10 feet tall, you know, a million feet tall. That's how Biffy made me feel on that track. So Denier was awesome. Then going into Separate Missions, which was different, probably one of the more different tracks on the record. It reminded me a little bit of some of the other tracks that we heard on A Celebration of Endings. There's like had this synth that started off the song and led into these tribal-esque drums from Ben Johnston, incredible falsetto vocals from Simon Neil on this song. I liked it upon first listen, kind of like Dum Dum. I liked it upon first listen, but I definitely have to give it a couple more listens to get into it. It's definitely a grower for me. So Separate Missions was a cool track as well. And then going into what I feel might be my favorite track on the entire record, and that was Witch's Cup, which was totally unexpected and just shows Biffy's ability to move into new territory, new sonic territory, new melodic territory. This was really, really cool, really fresh. It was awesome. It started off with these orchestral stabs that reminded me of Living is a Problem Because Everything Dies from Puzzle, but then moves into a much poppier melody, which was really cool in the verses, a very sweet melody from Simon Neil. There was something about it that reminded me of another song that I can't put my finger on, but I really, really enjoyed the verses on that song. But then the chorus, what a chorus on Witch's Cup, man. I can't even begin to describe how amazing it is. And I love the last line on the song, on the chorus, when Simon Neil does a little bit of a falsetto. Absolutely incredible. This is one of my favorites on the record. Could be my favorite song on the record. Witch's Cup was absolutely badass. Then we get into a song called Holy Water, which was a song that Simon Neil actually premiered on a lockdown live stream that he did last year. That was really cool. So it's somewhat familiar to Biffy fans, and every Biffy album has some acoustic-y kind of ballads to them. When you think about Opposites, it's got Opposite, the title track basically from that. And then you got songs like Space from A Celebration of Endings, or Medicine from Ellipsis. And I feel like this kind of falls into that general territory. It's still really good. It does remind me a lot of Space. I feel like they could just kind of be A and B songs. They're very, very similar, but it's cool. And Biffy make beautiful music. You know, that's the thing. They can do heavy stuff, and then they can really break it down, do something on acoustic that breaks your heart. God and Satan from Only Revolutions, another kind of song that we can compare to this one. So very, very cool. And then it goes into like a really crushing rock outro. So very cool. Holy Water was awesome. Errors in the History of God. You know, this is another song among so many great Biffy songs, as well as the other songs on this record, that has proved that Ben and James Johnston, the twins from Biffy Clyro, are among the best rhythm sections out there today. They are absolutely amazing. They just lock in so well together. Obviously, they're brothers, they're twins, so that might explain why they have such a connection, but it's obviously been playing for so long and been doing the Biffy thing for so long. They really just hold it down as a three-piece. It's important what they do, and it's just amazing. And the instrumentation on this record, of course, is incredible. Production is still top notch, and to think that these guys recorded it mostly on their own is still pretty cool. And I really think that their combo of bass and drums, Ben and James, is just it drives so much of what makes Biffy great. So I really, really enjoyed it on this song. It has a cool melody, and it's one of those melodies I feel that I will appreciate even more as time goes on. It doesn't quite it grabs you, but then you're wondering what is it about this melody that I really love. So I think the more I listen to it, the more I'm going to tap into that melody, and it's really going to appeal to me and probably be one of those songs that I listen to more and more as I get into this record. But then there's a song after that probably is my least favorite song from the record, and that is Haru Urara. I probably butchered that title, but it's okay. It probably was my least favorite song when I first listened to the record. I actually, it came out on YouTube. All the visualizers came out on Biffy Clyro's YouTube channel, so I was able to listen to the record that way before it officially dropped on Spotify and iTunes. I got my record in the mail coming tomorrow, so that's very exciting. But yeah, this song wasn't really one of my favorites upon first listen. It's okay, but it didn't really hit me that well. And then going into Unknown Male 1, this song is amazing. It's so epic. It's beautiful. Kind of like Different People from Opposites. Starts off with that organ, then it goes into that beautiful melody from Simon Neil, some beautiful instrumentation. Then it gets into maybe one of the heaviest moments on the entire record. This is a 6-minute song, so it runs the gamut of different emotions and different sonics and different dynamics that are going on in this song. Absolutely incredible. Just 6 minutes of pure Biffy bliss. And it's a song that I've loved more and more as I listen to it. When I first heard it, I thought, okay, yeah, this is a cool track. Maybe it didn't jump out to me as much as A Hunger in Your Haunt, but man, Unknown Male 1 really certainly has grown on me, and I love it. It's one of my favorite tracks on the record. Then we're going to get into the last couple of songs on the Myth of the Happily Ever After, the new record from Biffy Clyro, Existed. This song reminds me of something that could have been on Balance, Not Symmetry from 2019. It has the kind of that falsetto Simon Neil vocal showcase vibe to it, something much more subtle and low key than some of the other songs on the record. So it reminded me of like Gates of Heaven or Plead or Color Wheel from Balance, Not Symmetry. Didn't blow me away on first listen, but still a decent track. But I would probably rank it as one of my least favorite songs on the record. But then we get into the final song on the Myth of the Happily Ever After, and that is Slurpy Slurpy Sleep Sleep. Probably one of the trippiest intros that Biffy has done in a very, very long time. It sounds like Vertigo of Bliss or Infinity Land, which is going to make a lot of old school Biffy fans very, very happy. As I said, there's a lot of moments on this record that I think will make old school Biffy fans very, very happy. Even though there are poppier moments, there's heavier moments, there's everything in between. It really does runs the gamut. And the funny thing is that this song is also heavy as fuck, kind of like Cop Syrup from A Celebration of Endings. But instead of the lyrics from that song, which is, fuck everybody, woo, this song is love everyone. So it's the opposite of I guess another reference to another Biffy record, but it's kind of like two sides of the same coin. Fuck everybody, love everyone, it's an interesting little comparison that they got going on there. So, but the outro on this song is insane as well. So, like I said, it's gonna make very old school Biffy fans very, very happy when they hear Slurpy Slurpy Sleep Sleep. It's even got kind of an old school Biffy title to it, so that's cool as well. And a lot of this album should appeal to old school Biffy fans. So, Slurpy Slurpy Sleep Sleep, a solid closer to the myth of the happily ever after. And that is it. That is a rundown, my review of the new album from Biffy Clyro, The Myth of the Happily Ever After. As you can see, I'm kind of biased. I just love these guys so much. Everything they do is great. Even if there are some songs that I don't really dig on first listen as much as others, I just love these guys so much, and I'm just so happy that they're continuing to put out music. We've had such an embarrassment of riches in the last couple of years. Even going back to 2013, we got a double record from Opposites. We had the Similarities record, the B-side album. We had Ellipsis. We had Balance Not Symmetry in 2019, which is now My Loved. We had a Celebration of Endings last year, and the Myth of the Happily Ever After this year. So as shitty as it's been that Biffy hasn't been able to be on the road over the last year because of COVID, and they haven't been able to do as much touring as they've done in the past, I'm glad that they've taken the time to be creative and just kind of bestow us fans with such amazing music. So thank you to Simon and James and Ben for existing and just being amazing. I know I'm just gushing over Biffy Clyro. I love them so much. I don't know if I love this record quite as much as a Celebration of Endings. When I think about a Celebration of Endings, there's so many songs on that record that I love so much, especially North of No South. I think that's just one of the greatest Biffy songs ever. This album is a little bit less conventional than the Celebration of Endings. That's very much a big studio Biffy record. They've talked about it in interviews that with most of their official studio records, even though this is one too, on their official studio records, it's very much a label thing. It's very much a huge marketing thing. And it is with this one as well. But in terms of the music on the record, it very much runs the gamut for every possible sound that Biffy have in their arsenal. And it's just an amazing listen. I can't wait to listen to it again. Can't wait to get my vinyl or CD. I ordered it online. I think it's an LP that's coming. Can't wait. I'll post it on Instagram if I do get the LP, because I'm very much looking forward to that. But yeah, let me know what you thought of the new Biffy Clyro record, The Myth of the Happily Ever After, in the comments below. Make sure to like this video. We would appreciate that very much. Make sure to subscribe to us here on the Rock Squad channel so you don't miss out on any of our future videos for rock album reviews. I got another rock album review coming up right after this for the new Don Broco record, Amazing Things. That's coming up. And then check out the channel for rock album reviews, the rock album ranked video for Biffy Clyro, the Rock Squad podcast, which I do with my co-host and bandmate Dave Marini every week, where we run down the latest in rock music news. So you can check that out here on the channel. And you can follow us on social media on Instagram and Twitter at Rock Squad Pod. Check out our band. We're called Fools Union, and we just released a new song called Maniacs, which you can check out on every streaming service and at foolsunion.com. So for Rock Squad, I am Nick. We'll see you guys again for another rock album review. We'll see you later.